Hey, welcome back to Iron Bowl Debates. I am tight sport, and I don't like Commodores anymore. And I'm here with my friend, great host here, DC of Auburn. Oh, I can't get it out. Wait a minute. Auburn Addicts.
I did. You don't like it that much, man. You can't even say the name right.
It's something in my mouth. It came out. It's like something came from the back of my throat. I don't know what. Hey, how you doing today, DC?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to do some picks for this week.
I got a question for you, though, man.
Okay, I got an answer.
We had an insurrection on the field in Alabama.
Yes.
I'm looking at the latest and greatest of all the texts and all the other stuff is going on, and looking at social media.
Okay.
Can you tell me, did Peyton Thorne call an audible on the
my God. Oh my God. Here we go.
What?
Here we go.
Well, I mean, what? I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just counseling y'all, man.
I'm here for you because the doctor's in for you.
Here we go.
Doctor's here. Dr. Wolf is in for you.
All I'm saying is Peyton Thorne said he ain't called no audible.
You need to be worrying about your kids jumping in the portal is what you need to be
Iron Bowl debate. So I'm
trying to get ready. Worrying about your guys jumping in the portal.
I'm trying to get ready for that.
Shirts jumping in the portal. Okay.
I'm just
What's the question, man? What's the question?
Who was it? Was it that the play? Was it an audible? Is Peyton telling lies on the coach, or is Hugh Freeze lying?
I don't know. I'm just be honest with you. I'm just say this first. Disclaimer: I don't know because I wasn't there. I wasn't in the huddle. Okay. Now,
who do you feel the most
comfortable I'm gonna try to go with both guys. May be right. Okay, and let me explain this because. In my last show, I was like, okay, when the play started, 4th and 2 against Georgia,
okay,
negative territory, we go for it.
Gotcha.
They come out in the pistol, right? Come out in pistol formation. Peyton Thorne turns to Jaquez Hunter and says something to him. I don't know what he said, but Jaquez Hunter moved from the position he was at running back behind him, and then he moved to the right of him. Peyton Thorne proceeds to go up to the offensive line and say something to them. I don't know what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So then we come back. He snaps the ball, then proceeds to do what looked like a zone read play, lost yardage, took a sack, and then the game just kind of blew open from there. Now, Hugh Freeze at the end of the game said, that is not the play I call.
Oh,
okay. Peyton Thorne, I think that was today on the next round, or whenever he did the interview with the next round. I'm just saying, hey, Peyton Thorne said, I didn't change no play.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. He said, I didn't check out of the play. Okay. Two things could be true at one time. This is maybe the explanation that's going through because I'm trying to make it all make sense, man, because it's maddening. The coach saying, that's not the play I call. And then the quarterback saying, I didn't check out of a play. Okay. I'm going to say this to make it make sense for both parties to be true. Hugh Freeze called the play. Hugh Freeze called the play. All right. If I call a protection within a certain play, did I change the play?
That's what I was getting to, the protection.
Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. So check this out.
I need you up here because that guy's coming, and I need you guys to block down instead of blocking over or blocking. Don't do that. I only just change protection.
Right. So I didn't literally, semantically, I didn't check out of the play. I just changed the protections within the play. So you can't say I changed the play, which Hugh Freeze didn't say he changed the play. Hugh Freeze said he didn't do what I told him. He didn't. That wasn't what I told him to do. That wasn't the call. So both could be right. Hugh Freeze could be like, that's not what I told you to do. And people would be like, well, he checked out of the play. And dude would be like, I didn't check out of a play. Both of them could be telling the truth. But the bottom line is this, The bottom line is this. And I listened to one of your old quarterbacks.
Okay.
Greg McElroy. He made this point on their show with Cole.
Hold up, the great McElroy. Hold up. Put up.
He's not up there, man. He's not up there, Ty. Greg is not up there.
Okay.
Greg is
just paying homage to him.
No, Greg. Okay, Greg is full, but don't point.
He got 3.
Yeah, Greg is forward. Yeah, Greg is forward, not up here. But anyway, Greg McElroy said, he said, I don't believe Peyton Thorne changed it.
Right.
Because he was like, ain't no way I would have changed that. And he was like, 90% of the quarterbacks I know wouldn't have changed it. So it ain't, I don't believe he changed it, because he was like, he said, the only way I would have changed anything on that play, he was like, I would have did just what the coach told me to do, because I don't want the pressure on me. I want it all to fall on the coach. And he was like, the only way I would change anything is if I had won 6 Super Bowls. And so I think he said a Hall of Famer. He was like, 90% of the quarterbacks I know wouldn't even did nothing to it. But it looks like
you let McElroy sway you.
No, I already looked at the play, and I'm trying to make it make sense, man. I'm trying to make it make sense.
I will use every means necessary, fair and unfair, to trip you up.
No, I don't.
McElroy trying to trip y'all up.
No, I've already come to this conclusion myself, because I'm trying to make it make sense.
Well,
Hugh
McElroy,
Freeze saying,
he messed up play.
He didn't execute the play I called. But then on the other side, Peyton Thorne is not saying, yes, I did execute the play you call. Peyton Thorne is saying, I didn't check out of the play. Word semantics. Listen to what they're saying. Neither one of them are saying the same things. Hugh said, that's not what I call. Peyton said, I didn't check out the play. So both could be true.
I think this is Peyton Thorne calling into the show. Oh no, that's somebody else.
So, man. I would really hope so. Please come forth and tell us what the real truth is. But both could be true, to answer your question. Hugh Freeze could have told him to run a dive play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like he said, he told him to run a dive play.
Right.
But he could have changed whatever within the play and didn't change the play, but you could have changed other things in the play and did something else, but you literally didn't change the play. So it's, bro, that thing will make you have to take an aspirin, bro, to make it make sense. Jesus, man. Auburn fans know, man. Okay. Why are you laughing, bro? Y'all had a player hit the portal.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. Y'all had a player hit the portal, man. In mid,
got 105. He ain't playing.
He ain't getting no snaps.
He got 1 tackle.
But I ain't talking about 1 tackle. But
he's injured. I mean, he's injured. He's the fourth. I think he said he's on like 5 plays, 1 tackle, and he's been hurt. He's like the 4th string at his position because he actually has an injury. So he really needs to sit out, and he just figured he might well get back out there. But as we know, hey, 30% of the people going to portal don't come back out.
Yeah, and then this 2 tight is like he could be a depth piece for next year. He could be in the 2 deep rotation next year. So you're losing. You're losing depth.
But you do have people there, and you have people coming in. I mean, I can't blame that man. He had a big injury last year. Mm-hmm. He's not getting to play. He want to get play. He probably needs another year to get stronger. I hope I hope the best for him. He can come back out. I think he had a brother that played at Alabama too. So they may have consulted that, this is probably the best thing. Just let's get stronger and come back. I just watched the game with Kareem Hunt at Kansas City. I think I heard correct. Old boy said he had been sitting out for 5 years, but the numbers didn't add up. But he's been sitting out a couple of years, and now he's right back with the Chiefs. So you remember he had the incident in the hotel. And good thing his leg, his body healed up, over that time. But he probably healed up. But usually you go out of the league for 2 years, you don't get back in. So I'm hoping this young man gets what he needs because he's not the only one out there. You got a guy they call him a Keithia, Deshaun Johnson. Keithia Deshaun Alexander. Okay. Also, he said he wasn't getting 40 snaps a game at USC. Y'all call him Bear. I refuse to because that's I refuse to I don't want to mince goats with.
Okay, wow, man.
Nets.
Wow, man.
Anyway,
if he come to Alabama, then you'll be singing his praises.
Not as Bear. He's gonna change his name. There's only one Bear.
But
there's only one Bear, Alabama. One Bear.
If he transfer to Alabama, you will be talking about how we got Barry Alexander
and cut it under Kirby,
bragging about
what makes he gonna come in here,
line depth and all this stuff, man.
He might not come back out, man. The two major programs, he might not make it back out,
man. Somebody gonna give him some money.
Well, Tuskegee need to do something. So yeah, Matthew Sluka.
Yeah, UNLV. Yeah,
he was balling. He was on control. They needed him. No, they don't. That dude charged
Malik too, right?
Huh?
They lost a running back.
But that running back, he was like another guy. He didn't even play.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even play. He didn't have no snaps. He was just getting out of there because it was just deeper than he found out it was going to be.
Sure.
And he is an actual freshman. He want to reset. So he figured he can go somewhere else. So, and that's another case where he's probably going to go back to his original list and repick again. Which really no harm, no foul on him because he didn't play for anybody. Otis had a pretty good year starting up last year, got hurt. Sluka, but I can see he still may be hampered by whatever's going on with his ankle or something. But with Sluka, if he pops up, he probably will pop up somewhere, but it's the system. It seems like UNLV is running the system that makes you awesome. So, but because the other guys scoring still scoring, He could have stepped down, and Sluka could step down and go into James Madison when they lose their quarterback because Alonzo ain't gonna be there forever. He's gonna be gone. So the question I like to think everybody have, I listen to a lot of shows and people, this is terrible. The quality of football is down because these people are mercenaries. They're not passionate athletes. He said we need to get back to but the only thing you can do is go back to the point where coaches kind of possess your soul once you're on scholarship. And that's why I was saying about, we talked, I think in another show, we talked about how Saban was like a soothsayer or, the shit, hopefully he's heavily invested in the stock market because he has a good time. There's another part of it. It's like, can he continue even though he hadn't won the championship in a while. In the new thing, could he be as demanding on his players? And a lot of players, I just want to have fun. I can get $1 million by being here with Saban, or I can go over here have fun and get $1.5 million and never win the conference.
Absolutely, man.
Still have a shot to win. Like, where is that balance? What do you think? What changes can you make to this process? Because you can't change the NIL too much, you can't change the portal too much. But what changes could be made?
Yeah, like Hugh Freeze said the same thing. He said you have to be careful about how you talk to the players because they'll just leave, because you just have to handle them differently. I think what's coming down the pipe, man, is I think with NIL, I think they're gonna go with the salary cap. So if you go to with the salary cap with the schools, now you have those players going to be on the contract. So and I'm sure in those contracts they're gonna have clauses like once you sign this contract, you can't jump in the portal, and you could probably jump in the portal, but you can't play with anybody else until you fulfill this contract. So, probably, man, you never know because you're dealing with
still year to year because it's
you're gonna have probably schools with multi-year contracts. You see what I'm saying? Because if I come to the table, think about this, like if I come to the table and you had your son coming out of high school, right? And I say to you coming out of high school, hey, let's sign a multi-year deal right now, and I'm going to give your son guaranteed $2 million a year for the next 3 years. You'll probably sign a 3-year multi-year deal.
3 years?
Yeah, I'm guaranteeing you $2 million a year for every year for the next 3 years.
I wouldn't sign anything longer than a 2-year contract.
Man, I'll sign it. You see what I'm saying? $2 million for $2 guaranteed because he could bust. But you are guaranteeing me $6 million right now to sign.
Right.
Fine.
But
and that's just we're not talking about NIL. We're not talking about other deals and escalators and different brand deals. We're just saying from the school. So my point is, when you get to the schools having a salary cap, whether how many of a year it is, you'll be able to sign kids to contracts 1 year, 2 year, 3 year contracts. So then you can have binding agreements now that you can't leave the school in the middle of the year. So they're going to have. Like Hugh Freeze, he said, we need to have a thing where we can get money back. I need to have a jump in the portal, dude. We need our money back because you're in breach of contract now.
Well, if you do that, it's gonna be some caveats to it.
Okay.
I like Lincoln Riley's idea. Do it out there, and I think we're there now. Because it's gonna give consensus to a lot of things. He said we gotta go back to red shirt and freshmen.
Red shirting freshmen?
All of them.
I thought, he was just like give them 5 years to play and just let them do what they want to do.
But I thought somebody said, I thought it was Lincoln Riley, but somebody said we are just redshirt freshmen, then give them like 5 years of play, or maybe somebody added that on.
That might. I didn't hear all of it. That could be the rest of it. But I know.
And here's why I don't want to do it. I got 2 sons. You get them $500,000. Not only are they going to be different people in a year, they're going to be a different person in 7 days.
Absolutely.
Like, it's like I like the money and all that stuff too. But I got to think about their well-being, as as a parent. But I like the idea of shielding them, but I don't like locking them in too far past 2 years or 3 or in the 3rd year, right? So say you don't play your first year. Is there going to be something in there that says I've been here for 2 years on the contract, I redshirted, and then I still got $2 million, but I redshirted, I trained, right? Learned the playbook, and then still got to have your release if y'all fire this coach, still got to have that, or if he leaves. So if I get into my 2nd year, going into my 3rd year under this deal, and I ain't touched the field,
I'm like, bro, run with it, because I'm like, next year I'm gonna get $2 million. The next year I'm gonna get $2 million.
But what if it's an opportunity for me to move? And then, like I said, what is the buyout? Because the buyout ain't gonna be, but it can't be more than what you already owed me. So it's like if I got because you start talking about, okay, you gotta give me something back and sign up bonus. You ain't talking about signing bonus. Signing bonus on thing go back. We getting paid prorated. So I'm just letting you keep your $2 million. Ain't gonna be no get back.
No, bro, but see, I don't think it's gonna be like. I don't think they're just gonna.
That's a contract. Unless you got a signing bonus.
But think about think about the NFL doesn't even get paid. NFL doesn't get paid like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like what?
If you get $26 million a year, you're not getting $26 million at January. You're getting paid
if you get $10 million as a signing bonus, they can recruit the signing bonus if you leave early. They did the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's
what I'm talking about. They're gonna give a signing bonus. Yeah, but the contract is going to be coming out month to month. They don't get back on that.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying he's saying it's got to be some kind of give and take with it, and that's probably what he's talking about, maybe signing bonus or however. So, and then when you go to try to go to other schools, I can see in the future where it might be trades. Okay, we'll let him out of the contract if you give us this DB in exchange, swap contracts with us. Because see, it's going to be the same thing.
But how do you prevent tampering though?
Man, you're not going to be able to prevent tampering. They're not preventing tampering now. You can't. But the only thing is good is you'll have them on the contract. So they can't walk. They can't just walk. So at least if somebody tampers and say, okay, we're gonna give you more money, and they do, then I would say, okay, I'll release him. Give me this DB of equivalent value. You know what I'm saying?
Another problem.
Let's make a trade if he wants to come.
Well, if you start doing that, here's the problem you're gonna have. What? See, you think like, okay, now are you talking about all 134 teams? Or are you talking about Power 4? Because here's what's gonna happen. When who's a good team down there, man? Toledo. Okay. Toledo's ball out of control. Their pockets ain't deep. I could take their whole 6 people out their whole starting offense if that's what that's why they're winning. They be like, man, yeah, you can't do that. We're gonna trade some players. Nope. How much y'all want? Like, well,
but it's
$1 million a player. Right? Then the player gonna be like, hold on, wait a minute now. You can't be selling my likeness and whatever without compensating.
Yes, you can. You signed it. But unless you have that in the contract. If you
don't have that, it's gonna go on and on.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of lawyers employed.
And here, I'm gonna tell you another people need to
employ, bro.
I'm gonna tell you another group of people need to employ. PhD may be interested in this. Anybody who's into psychoanalyzing players and personalities. Because here's the thing. Okay, Kirby's still out there, and they saying like, okay, not Kirby. Dabo's still out there. And they say, let's say Dabo wins the whole thing. He's not using the portal, right?
Okay.
It's still a certain type of player Dabo needs. Everybody can't go play. Dabo won. I'm going over here now. Forget Alabama. The boy has a personality. Kirby has a personality. It's probably closer to Nick Saban's. Stark has a personality. It's kind of close to something, and you know what I'm saying, and whatever that dude doing down there in LSU. These guys need to understand certain people don't need to play for them. I just heard somebody say today, Derek Henry was telling the story about they was in it was on Cam 4th and 1. Shout out Cam. Okay. Cam was listening to Derrick Henry tell a story about, Saban said, well, you guys got to stop all this praying hands when y'all in the end zone, and you praying to God, you taking a knee, then come midnight, y'all down the corner smoking black and wild, drinking liquor and doing all this crazy stuff. And Cam said, well, what they don't tell you is that you need some savages on your team, on a good championship team, and you need some choir boys. You got to have a perfect mix. You know what I'm saying? So it could be what's happened last week for Alabama. They got too many savages. Oh my God. Oh my. They ain't do it like that on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? The boy like down in Mobile, I could have had you make you disappear. Not in Alabama. You got some real dogs out there, boy. You have a strong chain. Sometimes you gotta put a wobble on the chain. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what you talking about?
What I'm saying, that whole thing. I remember we used to use this Dr. Echo to get our mind right.
Absolutely, man. That's the reason he did that. Yeah,
people gotta have, because he brought the choir boys and the savages together for a common goal. He did it almost every year for about 5 years. I don't know what happened after that, but I'm thinking that whole industry of sports psychology. It's about to go off. The matter of fact, I got a master's degree. If I can get me one off the back of a cereal box, I go over there. No, you don't want this dude. I know he got 50 tackles a game, but you can't handle that, bro. Your hands too tight, coach. You can't. You can't have that boy up in here.
Yeah,
He gonna run your whole program.
Yeah, that's what Saban saying. The same thing is, you got to be in this time. You gotta analyze these cats well, because you put money behind them now.
SOL, you get $20 million. Yes,
you see what happened when you make one bad pick, Auburn.
Even beyond that,
you evaluate wrong, dude. Oh my God! And you don't put all this money into these players.
Shout out to my muse, my personal muse. Was at Jimbo Fisher. Shout out to him. Okay. But look at what he did with those players. Got $76 million out of it. But on the field, he got $10.50.
Nothing.
Elko got a shot.
Yeah.
Elko got a shot to run the table, And what is he used to dealing with? And what I noticed about people that go there when Cutcliffe was over at Duke, as opposed to Cutcliffe working somewhere else, like I got smart football players. And I've always told people, somebody gonna get a hold of some smart football players one day and beat people's brains in. Not everybody, but a get 10-win team. You know what I'm saying? Even when Paul Johnson was at Georgia Tech and he got those good football players that were smart from the other coach who couldn't coach him, what did he do for 3 years? 2 first-round wide receivers and terrorized people for about 4 years. That Baby Thomas and Megatron.
Yep.
And with Paul Johnson.
Yep.
Make it make sense, homie. They ran the ball all the time. Megatron was dominating from the receiver side. So, that's going to be a growing field that people really going to have to take serious. Employers have been doing it for years. I mean, all the tests, being in sales, you take all these tests on what's your personality. You don't need to start calling people at 8 o'clock in the morning. Why? Just because I feel like I need to stab somebody? You need to call people around 1 o'clock. All that little stuff don't matter, especially when you're spending millions.
For sure, man. Yeah, it's interesting, man. This NIL thing interesting. Cats jumping in the portal, mid-season and all this stuff. But that's the only way they remedy this, man, is bring it in house, man. Let the school pay them, give them a salary cap so everybody can't go crazy. That and then you're still gonna have people getting paid under the table. So now we're gonna go back to paying people under the table.
So
yeah.
Well, you got the NIL deals on the outside still. You can,
but they're talking about bringing those in house too. And
I'm not talking about like the
collective.
How could
they're talking about making.
How could you bring Dr. Pepper in there?
Like
the Dr. Pepper national deal or the BMW. How would they do that?
Man, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they're saying giving a salary cap and bringing the collectives inside too.
No, I mean you can bring the collective in. Salary cap would come from the school. Collective could come from whoever. But I mean, like Coca-Cola. Yeah, the Dr. Pepper commercial all the way down to Bryce had the BMW ad.
Yeah, you can't.
The cash app.
You can't control that, man.
Right. Because everybody don't get those, but I'm saying like that's the way I think you get keep a top notch recruit in your sitting there.
Yeah.
Like, man, you are starting quarterback in 2 years, and like, man, whatever. These folks talking $6 million.
Yeah.
Well, we talking BMWs for life. Because see, one thing about those NIL deals I found out, if you sign an NIL deal that says you coming to the University of Alabama and you got a Saban, Mercedes, blah, blah, blah. It's good as long as you're there. Nobody says how long it has to be. I may be willing to give you 3 years of a new BMW every year or Mercedes every year just so you stay here for 5 years.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I may give you 8 years of being of Mercedes. Like you come and get one, just leave. I take that. I mean, because you're gonna need a car. Think, man, you got 8 cars and you like 23 years old. You need to have some free maintenance on them, but hey, still 8 cars is a lot.
Take me back to yesteryear, and I wish this happened, man. So like, I wish this happened when we was coming up. But
I'm trying to talk to my wife. They got this clinic down. You could just get babies to anyway. But
what we got, man? What we got on the picket slate this week?
Hey, man, the picket slate. We did all the NIL tough. Gonna talk. We ain't nobody listening to us anyway. But I love the fan.
Okay.
Let's games of note.
Let's go.
5-0, number 4, Penn State. Is my man Franklin about to do it? He got a new offense coordinator. They run more plays now.
Okay.
Problem, quarterback still slow. Okay. They're going against USC. Should be an easy win, but USC is not favored at home. They only a 5-point underdog at home. Do you think it's an East Coast, West Coast thing? Because USC is not very good.
Oh, I think it's East Coast, West Coast, and they're going to have problems because they're traveling so far. But having said that, I'll take Penn State.
I'm gonna take Penn State too. I ain't gonna get too deep in this because I got picked the game last week. I had Alabama beating Vandy. Arizona is 3-2.
Okay.
I don't know if they're on the upswing, but we're gonna find out. They're going against number 14 BYU Cougars. Ow!
I'm going
to play with them? BYU's only favored by 5.5.
They're at home all way.
At home? Excuse me.
I'll take BYU.
BYU at 5. How BYU scoring? They throwing?
I don't know.
You don't even care.
I'll take BYU.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna go with you, man, because I like Fafita, man. Free Fafita. Speaking of NIL, another game, talking about somebody about to get paid. You better sign with somebody other than Auburn. I'll tell you that much. I don't know if you know this. Kansas State is 15th.
Okay.
They are 4-1.
Okay.
But somehow, Coach Prime is 4-1. He's not ranked. And he's not favored at home by a 4-point dog at home to the number 15 team in the country. Will Colorado beat Kansas State?
I'm gonna pick Colorado.
At home? 4-1?
Colorado at home?
Who's the one they lost to?
Colorado at home?
Colorado is at home, yes.
I think I'm gonna pick Colorado.
They got altitude working for you. I'm gonna take Colorado to cover, man, because
So who you picking though?
I'm taking Colorado to cover. It's only 4 points.
Who you picking to win?
I think I'm gonna take Colorado against my better judgment because I've been so wrong.
This is better. Yeah.
Now if they lose this game.
Time I pick crime when I've been picking against them, so it's just a record thing, man.
It's a record thing, but let me see something. I want to take 1 second to look up Kansas State's schedule. But while I'm looking that up, let me ask you about probably the biggest game of the weekend outside of the SEC. Number 2. My Gus Johnson. Number 2 versus number 3.
Okay.
Ohio State versus Oregon.
Oregon
is an underdog at home by 3.5 points.
I'm taking Oregon.
You take it. What was the quarterback name? Gabriel?
Yeah, I'm taking Dylan Gabriel in the Oregon Fighting Dogs.
That's like an angel.
Dan Lannings.
Huh? The Fighting Dan Lannings? You want to call them? They like being called ducks, man. You don't like ducks?
Who are you taking?
I am taking. I ain't seen them play. God, let me see.
I'm making some off the wall picks this week. I could lose my shirt this week.
Yeah, if I had a shirt to lose, I lost my shirt last week.
Okay, yeah, no.
When I was trying to save my life, I was swimming away from that ship they threw us off of. I'm gonna go with Oregon, man. Then we're gonna move into the SEC.
Jesus, let's do it.
In fact, I'm taking. Oh no. I'm put you over here at Oregon. I'm going.
There's some tell me to take Ohio State, man. Against
Ohio State, man, even on the road. But they ain't. It's Ryan Day, man. No. Oh man, I would put an asterisk by that.
Okay,
I'm going Ohio State.
Okay.
SEC.
Okay, let's ride.
Mizzou, number 21 in the country, 4-1, taking on 1-5 UMass.
Mizzou, keep it rolling.
27 points. I'm going with Mizzou.
Okay.
Number I said 3. That's at 12. 3:30. Number 1 Texas versus number 18 Oklahoma in the Red Rivalry.
I'm going Texas.
What's it called? The Red what? Red River
Rivalry. I'm going Texas.
They don't like you calling it the other name, but why is the river red? But do you know that Texas is they are favored by 14.5 points.
I don't know about all that, but I just know Texas probably. I'm picking Texas to win.
Until I know better, I'm going Texas to cover myself. Sure. Both. Mississippi State.
Whoever they playing. If
it's Georgia. 34 though.
Who are they playing?
Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Mississippi State is 24. You think they can get 34 points on them?
No.
I'm gonna still take Georgia.
Okay.
I don't think nobody's gonna be letting off the brakes, whatever, the gas. I don't think it's gonna be happening again until
it ain't happening.
Playoff games.
Okay.
Florida is 3-2, taking on number 8 Tennessee. I think I'm 15.5. I'm going Tennessee in a bounce back, and then we got Mississippi.
Okay.
5-1, number 9.
Okay.
LSU, that's a big game. Number 9 versus number 13.
I'll take Mississippi. I mean, no, I'll take LSU.
Home?
LSU
by 3
home, right?
Yeah, they're underdog by 3.5. I think I'm about to go with that. I'm gonna let Death Valley run with that. Who is the quarterback at Ole Miss? Is it Dart?
Jackson Dart.
Is he hurt?
I don't know. If he wasn't hurt, I'm still taking LSU. Be good.
Then we got Vandy 3-2.
I'm taking some wild picks this week. Go ahead.
I think I'm going with LSU. Vandy at 3-2 against Kentucky. Go Cats!
Kentucky. I'm taking Kentucky.
You taking Kentucky?
Yes.
You sure you want to take Kentucky?
Where are they playing? In Kentucky?
In Lexington.
I'm taking Kentucky, definitely.
You going with the old emotional leg down, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
You sure you want to go with the emotional leg down?
I'll be on TV all week instead of practicing, just like Alabama was last week with Georgia. I'm taking Vanderbilt for the letdown.
And then let's see, Auburn is playing Air, so I'm gonna go with Air.
Yeah, I go Air on this one. We still arguing over 4th and 1, so definitely Air is winning. Jesus.
I'm so glad that your coaches are also arguing with players.
Yeah, it's crazy. But go ahead, man. What we got?
Where are we? When we started this, we were racing toward a title, and you were racing toward a 2026 title, 2025.
Yeah,
where are we today, man?
Looking bleak.
Why are we here?
Hey, that's the beauty of it. That's what I said, bro. I'm here every week.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here, man. I told you, bro. It get crazy, but here we are.
My God! And I had to stand up here and explain for people that don't even answer my phone call.
No one could tell me y'all would have lost to Vandy, but go ahead, man. Well, who you got next, man?
That was a good bet. That would have been a good bet to take. I mean, who called it other than that? That's not Vandy. I mean, like when the guy said,
brothers.
Well, hey man, don't bring up them boys.
Yeah, they called it. They called it.
You've never seen Breaking Bad, right?
No, I've never seen that.
I would ask that you refrain.
Okay.
Until you watch them episodes. It's about 6 of them. 6, 10. It's one season.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Leave his brothers alone. That was a private conversation. Don't.
Okay, cool.
I don't need dogs and cats and horses and pieces in my yard. University of South Kakalaki is taking on the Crimson Tide at noon. Oh gosh,
Alabama to drag them.
You said they're gonna get some get back.
I feel sorry. I feel sorry for South Carolina, bro. They gonna get obliterated, bro. This gonna be bad.
Now, if it ain't bad, I'm just telling you.
Or if it's not bad, that's gonna be really bad. If it's not bad.
And here's the thing, though. I heard the boy say in the press conference, he said we're gonna stay the course, and he ain't said nothing about correcting nothing. He said we're gonna stay the course, and I'm like,
okay.
I remember when Saban was like, he would basically insinuate that me and Lane gonna have a conversation. And then you see him cussing Lane out on the sideline. That was the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It would happen in the game, and I see him do it with other people. I mean, what's that boy, the first offensive coordinator he brought in there? He's a coach right now, head coach right now.
Major Applewhite.
He's at University of South Alabama, right? Yep. And it's like, man, I feel bad for him, man, because he was scared to come out of the doggone press box, and he should have been. Sure. But like the other ones, all them DBs, Kirby took it. Kirby took it for a long time, like a man. But I don't think the only thing that scared me about this, being a coach's son, Beamer, he gotta know the numbers better than me, right?
Sure, absolutely, man.
He didn't have to know the numbers. He wouldn't do, Daddy, I want. What is this? He did that at about what, 8 years old when he learned how to write numbers.
He got it. He got the numbers, but he ain't gonna have this fire breathing dragon he about to walk up on.
I hope he don't. Yeah. But if he got the numbers, it may protect him from that 21.
And then the psyche is probably very fragile right now. So if South Carolina jump out on them and then hit them in the mouth and then score like twice, the stadium is gonna be looking crazy. So we'll see.
That's the thing too. I was thinking like one thing about South Carolina I watched last week. Who they lose to? Georgia?
South Carolina?
Yeah, who they play last week?
South Carolina play Ole Miss.
Yeah, they beat Ole Miss, right?
They lost.
Was it close? No, it's 27-3. Yeah. When I was watching that game, their main quarterback was back. I almost think they should have played Robert Alford.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think dude is right.
Okay.
He played like slow. So that's all I was saying. So where can they find your DC over there?
You can find me at Auburn Addicts at Auburn_Addicts on all platforms. You can find me here at 6 p.m. on Wednesday for Iron Bowl debates. You can find me at 6 p.m. on Sunday for Have You Heard Auburn Football News Today. And you can find me on Saturdays after all Auburn games. So if you got family members, me, my people, tell them to subscribe to Auburn Addicts.
And I am Tight. You can find me at YouTube at Tight Sports and on X at Tight Sports Talk. Of course, we find me here, Iron Bowl debates at various times, but mainly Wednesday at 6 p.m. And I go live for the games. Sometimes it's going to be probably from the seat of my car, but I'm going to still be there cheering for the Tide. And on Mondays, I have a show called Around the Herd. You can catch me at 6:30, although I think that show time is about to change because my son wants to be a hardcore star.
What's up, man?
Well, I got to scoop him up. I got to figure that out because I can either go from Sunday. I think I'll keep with Monday and just maybe go to 7:30. I'm trying to figure that thing out. Okay. But other than that, that's all I got. We'll see you next time on Auburn Bowl Debates.
Wait.